This riff uses major and minor tenths to imply harmony alongside a bass line. Let's first of all look at what a tenth is. So a tenth is what we would call a compound major or minor third interval. So if we take a bass note of A and count up through an A major scale, we would get to the octave A here at the 7th fret of the D string, and we would call that scale degree 8. Now if we carry on through the scale, B would be 9 and then C sharp would be 10. So that's our 10th interval from A to C sharp, an octave and a third higher. Now if you play those notes together, you'll hear that they really quite strongly imply the sound of a major chord. So they're very useful for us as bass players. Now you can imply the sound of a minor chord as well by lowering the C sharp to a C natural. So we have a major tenth and a minor tenth. So let's have a look at how they're used in this bass line. So the line opens with a slide from D sharp into E, and then we're going to play the octave. Then we're going to move down to G sharp, and we're going to play the minor tenth above it. So G sharp, and then the B, like so. Now the next tenth that we're going to play is from A. We're going to play an A and a C sharp. But because we want to try and allow the notes to ring into each other where we possibly can, instead of using the fretted A, we're going to use the open A string. Like so. Now once we've played that C sharp, we're going to continue the actual bass part of the riff and play an A sharp and a B. And that gives us this part of the line. One more time. Now we're going to continue the same phrase further up the neck. We're going to play a 10th interval from C sharp and onto the E. So both those notes are at the 9th fret. And then we want to play a 10th interval from D. But again, rather than use a fretted note, we're going to use the open D string. So from the C sharp, and then again we complete the line with a D sharp and an E. Okay, so far we have this. Now at this point we're going to go back to the G sharp and the open A 10th, then walk up to the B again, and then we're going to play a fill just to end the bar. And the fill's quite simple. In this case it's going to be a G at the 5th fret of the D string, and come down to an E and a B at the 7th fret of the A and E strings. And then after that we're going to slide from the D sharp back into the beginning of the line again. Okay, so that's the majority of the bass line. The only slight difference is the second time around the line. So in the 4th bar, the fill is ever so slightly different. And in that case, we're just going to play a D, B, D, D sharp back into the beginning of the line. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed Bass Lick of the Week number 2. If you'd like to download the audio file, backing track and PDF worksheet, just head to basslinepublishing.com and click on free stuff on the main menu. I'll see you next week for another bass groove.